welcome back to another video. It's your girl Kathleen, aka Naturally Modest, and today I'm gonna need you guys to have a seat because it's about to get juicy. Okay, you guys are gonna get some insight as to how life has been after I said I do to the Lord after I got baptized at 9 years old. So if you are interested in hearing this lovely juiciness, go ahead and keep watching. Alrighty guys, like I mentioned, we're gonna dive into how life has been after I said I do to the Lord after I got baptized at 9. I told you guys all about it last week Friday, and today I'm actually gonna be going in depth with how everything has come about, how my life has been, how my character has changed, what sins I've experienced during that time. I'm just really gonna give you guys all the tea. Okay, so starting at 9 years old. Okay, so 9, you're like what? You're in elementary school. So in elementary school, what happened in elementary school? And not too much happened in elementary. Overall, I was a good student. I really cared about my education. That was like my top priority. And I was also always known as this like innocent girl. And I do feel like I'm a little innocent, you know what I'm saying? But let me stop. But when I got into middle school, honestly guys, one big thing about my character is that I had a really slick mouth. Like back in elementary and up, you can even ask the guys at my church that I grew up with. They would always be like, Kat is so bipolar, and I'm like, what? It's because they always used to get on my nerves. But my mouth, like, I was literally sassy Kat. Like, I had a mouth on me, not like a potty mouth where like I would curse them out or anything, but I was quick to say something like, don't come for me, you know what I mean? Don't come for me, okay? So that's one big thing I realized in middle school. Like, I was so quick to talk back to the teacher when they would call me out and be like, Kat, stop talking. I'd be like, what? I wasn't the only one talking. Like, you know, stuff like that. So well, that's one of the biggest things that I learned from middle school all the way to high school about myself, that I like to talk back, and I really needed to learn how to control my tongue. I'm using natural lighting today, so that's why the sun went down on me real quick, but it's okay. This video will continue. Okay, so yeah, so from middle school to high school, I've gotten into trouble with my mouth of mine. I got ISS. I got suspended actually for talking back to a teacher in high school, and from that point on I realized, okay Kat, you need to really tone it down, because this is not looking good on your school record. You know, this doesn't look good on, you know, who you are. This is not you. So one thing I realized is that, you know, as a Christian, we are representing God. We are his representative, and I needed to be careful on how quick I am to react to things. Like, it's better for you to just listen than to talk, you know what I mean? So from that point on, that's one of the biggest things I've learned. So now I don't really react as fast. I'm just chill. I'll listen to you, but if I need to share, you know, how I feel regarding something, I'll tell you how it is, respectfully, of course. So yeah, there's that. So that is one of the biggest things that I realized after baptism, is that, you know, I was quick to get mad. Like, I didn't have anger problems, but like one of the biggest things is that I don't like being disrespected. So if you disrespect me, just know you're gonna hear my mouth. And if you calling me out on something, just know I'll be so quick to, you know, retaliate with my mouth. So that's one thing I realized that needed to be changed. So that's that. The light is coming back. The light is coming back. Hey, God is good. All right, so one thing that I want to share with you guys is that when I gave my life to God, one thing I said to him is that I'm going to save myself for marriage. And we all know it's not easy at all. But it's totally doable. It's totally possible. And by God's grace, your girl is still say to herself, like, that commitment that I made to God has not yet been broken. But I'll tell you this, it's hard, and I went through moments where I struggled, and from time to time I still struggle. Until this day, I still from time to time struggle with lustfulness, but it's a lot more tame than how it was back then. But back then, especially throughout my adolescent years, it was a struggle. In middle school, I had 2 relationships. Yeah, I'm gonna count them. I had 2 relationships, and the thing is, I told them from jump, okay? I knew my self-worth. I knew my worth in God. I knew that I needed to stand my ground, and I needed to let them know up front that if you're looking for a girl to, sleep around with and all that, I'm not the one, okay? I'm not that girl. So if you decide to date me, just know we're not doing any of that nasty stuff, okay? None of that nasty stuff, okay? So they agreed, and they dated me. We didn't date for long though, but the most that was done was a kiss, you know what I mean? So I knew early on that I needed to set those boundaries, and then I needed to show them that I'm respecting myself, and this is who I am, and I'm wanting to save myself for marriage. So I was able to stand my ground for a good minute. But from that time on, like I said, lustfulness was a struggle. So even though I wasn't committing like sexual acts with anyone, I had those desires in mind. Also, one thing that ended up coming about was pornography and masturbation. Starting from, I think, elementary. Like, quick story, my older brothers took a DVD from my uncle's house, a pornography DVD from my uncle's house. Please ask me why my uncle have a pornography DVD. I don't know, but he's not into that life anymore. So, but back then he was. So, my brothers took that pornography DVD, and they brought it home, and they were watching it, and then they were watching it in the living room, and I was just like, what the heck? Like, I knew early on, like, that's not something that we should be watching. So I took my little brother out of the living room, and I put him in my mom's room, and I was also in my mom's room too. And I'm just like, this is not the stuff that we're supposed to see. But out of curiosity, I kind of let the door open a little bit so I can peek. And that's where it really all started. And from that point on, it just, once a seed is planted, eventually it will grow. So from that point on, from time to time, I would watch pornography. And then also, like I mentioned to you guys, I masturbated as well. And I know a lot of people feel like masturbation isn't really a sin, but it is. If you are pleasing yourself, that has nothing to do with Christianity. We know with the Christian walk, it calls for us to deny ourselves. And what that means is to let go of the things that you desire, because right now it's no longer about you. Like, the Christian walk isn't about you. It's about you pleasing God. You know what I mean? And you pleasing Him out of love. So if you are doing something that is self-seeking and self-pleasing, then it's obviously the complete opposite of denying yourself. You know what I mean? So yes, masturbation is a sin. So your girl got caught up into that, and one thing that I learned is that a lot of us are struggling with it, and it's normal. And I feel like, and that's why I wanted to come in here and be transparent with you guys. A lot of people are not talking about it. Like, we don't want to talk about the real issues. Everybody want to seem like they're the most perfect Christian ever, and that they're not struggling with anything. But if we continue to live our lives in a lie, then who is it going to benefit? It's not benefiting yourself, and it's definitely not benefiting anyone else. And one thing that I realized is that throughout this Christian walk, we are called to bear each other's burdens. You know, we're supposed to be accountability partners. We're supposed to help each other out. And how am I going to help you out if I don't want to talk about the real issues? I don't want to tell you what I'm struggling with. And the crazy thing is, whatever you're struggling with can definitely be a blessing to somebody else. But nobody want to feel embarrassed. Nobody just want to... Everybody want to bury that side of them. And I know it's a topic that's very sensitive, because it makes you feel bad, because it's shameful, you know what I mean? But that's the enemy's job. Like, he wants us to feel like, oh, you did that, oh, you disgusting, like people gonna look at you some type of way. You should keep that to yourself, okay? But if you continue to keep it in, like, how is that gonna help you? You know what I mean? But let's not be deceived to think that we should bottle our struggles inside. Like, let's be transparent. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it, because that's the only way we can get deliverance. You feel me? So that's that. That's why I decided to come on here to share with you guys my life after baptism, because I know that somebody needs to break that chain. Somebody needs to talk about the real issues, and I wanted to be the one to step out and be real and be transparent with you guys. So that's that. So those are the two biggest things that I struggled with for a few years. In the next video, I'm gonna share with you guys how I was or was not able to overcome them. So stay tuned for that if you are interested. But yeah, guys, for the most part, I really had a reality check on my character. I realized that there were some parts and bits of me that really needed to be pruned. One of them was definitely my mouth, how quick, you know, I was to talk back to someone. My anger, when I felt disrespected, I was so quick to, you know, either fight or just come for you. But over time, God has definitely helped me regarding that. Now I have more of a quiet spirit, and I'm more quick to listen rather than so quick to speak. So praise God for that. And then I also struggled with lustfulness, and like I mentioned, I still do from time to time. But I realized that, you know, it's normal. A lot of people, especially at the age that I'm in, I'm 21, I'm about to be 22 soon, so you know, it's completely normal. Like, our hormones are all over the place. Like, we just want to have that pleasure, but God wants us to do it his way, you know what I mean? So if you are new and you made it through this entire video, congrats to you, love. Welcome to the Naturally Modest family, because I know that you're gonna hit that subscribe button. Come on now. We are here to be natural and modest in all things. So yeah, if you want to join the family, feel free to hit that subscribe button. But yeah, you guys, if you yourself are comfortable about sharing some of the sins that you struggled with, feel free to let me know down below. I want us to have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Like I said, we got to be open and transparent about these things so we can help each other out. So yeah, if you are comfortable, feel free to mention the sins that you've struggled with, how you overcame them, so that you can help somebody else. But yeah, guys, if you again want to see another video regarding how I overcame pornography, masturbation, and all these different things, feel free to give this video a like, so I know that that's what you want to see. I hope this series, my relationship with God series, is a blessing unto you all. It's definitely a blessing unto me for sharing it. I hope you guys stay blessed, and remember to be naturally modest. Love you guys. Bye.